Okay, so we have something developing here on the gold on the 15-minute and on the 1 hour. A Chad candle is starting to look very Chad-like. So, especially if we close below here. So we're looking for the close. So yeah, it's moving, it's still moving. So we have a few minutes left, 2-3 minutes left before the 15-minute candle closes. And once that does happen, we see that we had swept. This is a post-sweep Chad candle. So we'll see what happens. So here on the 1 minute chart, if we anticipate a 50% pullback, assuming we get a good close, then we pull back and see this. This is a case where the 50% is going to have to serve as the point of interest. And we'd have to decide, well, here, these swings could serve as a point of interest as well. So there's a confluence there, so we'll see. All right, the 1 hour has 16 seconds to close below this line, to close lower than these candles. And I don't think we're going to get it. So that's not the most ideal thing, because we kind of wicked into these lows. Be nicer if we had closed below this low and then we pull back, because that would mean acceptance below these levels. We don't have that right now. So that weakens our case for the 50% being a point of interest for further down move, because we did not have a 1 hour close below these lows, and a close does mean acceptance, and then the converse of that would mean that a wick sort of denotes a rejection. But there is a possible saving grace on the 15-minute. If the 15-minute can close below, we get a good 15-minute close, then that kind of saves our idea that at least the 15-minute would have had acceptance. So we'll see if this one closes below this low right here on the 15-minute. So we'll see. Okay, so this is 15 minutes later, and as it turns out, we did not have a closure of even the 15 below the low. What I'm saying is, now this 1 hour candle becomes a sweep of these lows instead of a closure and acceptance. We had one more chance to have at least a 15-minute, this green candle, had it been red, had it closed below here, that is some saving grace, because then we could say that the 15-minute at least showed acceptance below these lows. But because this is more now looking wicky, this is a wick, so the move down is not strong. But nonetheless, so we would not classify this as a A+ setup. But if we just look at the 50% retracement, which is this to here, and then this move up on this green candle on the 15-minute, we did come and tag the 50% fib, and we did engage this POI right here, which is the swing point of this swing here, drawing across. That's the POI on the 15-minute. And so the 15-second chart engages or the 1 minute chart, this is the 1 minute, engages, and the 15-second chart does show a sweep of this swing and then a inversed fair value gap here. So in real time it would have looked like this. Closure here and put the box here. So it's just a matter of yeah, it's not a very, I mean, you'd have to put the stop here. And get 1-to-1 here. And it's still a work in progress. But on the 15-second, there is that sweep, there is that, the sweep is good, and the inversion of the fair value gap is good. And there is a pullback. So there is a scenario where you could enter on a tiny pullback, and that would give you a better path towards 1-to-1. Right there it would have been 1-to-1. Like this. Entry on a pullback. Stop up there. And that would have given you a 1-to-1. But the point is, this green candle not closing on the 15-minute below here made this more of a tenuous situation. But nonetheless, we see the power of the 50% fib with the confluence of the POI. This POI right there. And it did work out. So it's at least an A- setup, missing some component of acceptance below the low there. Okay, 1-to-1 just hit. Even if you entered here. Chat candle on the 1 hour. Still waiting for acceptance below these lows. We retrace 50%, engaged POI on the 1 minute. On the 15-second, we sweep. We inverse a fair value gap. We get a little pullback on which we could consider getting a better entry, like somewhere around here. But even if we entered here, it did go to 1-to-1.